This is part 2 of the Manson Family Cave. I spoke of Danny DiCarlo in part 1. He is the first person on the left in the cave photo. Second from the left in the photo is Catherine Cher, whose nickname was Gypsy. She was born in Paris in 1942. In 1970, Cher, along with Lynette Fromey, Ruth Ann Morehouse, and other family members, was involved in an unsuccessful plot to kill Manson family member Barbara Hoyt to keep her from testifying for the prosecution in the Tate LaBianca murder trial. A year later, in 1971, Catherine Cher, accompanied by Mary Bruner, Charles Levitt, and other family members, was involved in a shootout with police at a Hawthorne, California Western surplus store. Catherine Cher spent 5 years in prison. Following her release from prison, Cher disassociated herself from the family. Catherine Cher is now 78 years old. Third from the left in the cave photo is Mary Bruner. Mary was the first person to follow Manson in what would become known as the Manson family. She also bore Manson a son. Mary was present during the murder of Gary Hinman, which is the first of the known Manson family murders. As I mentioned earlier, Mary was involved in the Hawthorne shootout, for which she spent several years in prison and was paroled in 1977. Mary Bruner is now 77 years old. Fourth from the left in the cave photo is Chuck Levitt. As I previously mentioned, Chuck was one of the Manson family participants in the Hawthorne shootout with police. Here is the van the Manson family members used in that shootout. Chuck Levitt served several years in prison for this crime and was paroled in 1976. I have no additional information on Chuck Levitt. The fifth person from the left in the cave photo is Jennifer Gentry. I was not able to find any information on her. To her left is Kathy Gillies. Kathy's grandmother, Barbara Myers, had a ranch in Death Valley that they seldom used. In 1968, Charles Manson learned about the Myers Ranch from Kathy, and in November of that year, Manson and others began staying at the ranch and discovered the nearby Barker Ranch. The buildings at Barker Ranch were in better condition, so the Manson family relocated to Barker Ranch. During the Tate LaBianca murder trial, Kathy Gillies said on the stand, quote, "I would have gone with them, but didn't only because they didn't need me," end quote. This was referring to the 2 nights of the Tate LaBianca murders. Kathy Gillies was one of Manson's most ardent disciples. She passed away in June of 2018 at the age of 68. The third person from the right in the cave photo is Lynette Fromey, nicknamed Squeaky. Fromey is the way her name is pronounced, though you will often hear it mispronounced. Here is a link to an interview that she is in on YouTube where she pronounces her name 1 minute and 15 seconds into the video. Lynette Fromey was the second person to join the Manson family after Mary Bruner. Lynette Fromey is best known for attempting to assassinate former President Gerald Ford on September the 5th, 1975. She pointed a loaded gun at the president. There was no bullet in the chamber, however, but there were several bullets in the magazine. She was incarcerated for 34 years and paroled in 2009. She is now 78 years old. Next to Lynette Fromey, and second from the right in the cave photo, is Sandra Goode. Soon after Lynette Fromey was arrested for the attempted assassination of President Ford in 1975, Sandra Goode threatened a wave of assassinations from a group that she identified as the International People's Court of Retribution. Sandra Goode said that she would kill or disfigure certain business executives whom she named, as well as members of their families. Sandra Goode accused the executives of polluting the environment. For these threats, Sandra Goode spent almost 10 years in prison and was paroled in 1985. Sandra Goode, along with Lynette Fromey, are two of Manson's most fervent disciples to this day. Sandra Goode will be 77 years old on February the 20th of 2021. The first person on the right in the cave photo is Ruth Ann Morehouse. In 1970, Ruth Ann was one of the Manson family members involved in the attempted murder of Manson family member Barbara Hoyt. The charges were later reduced to conspiracy to dissuade a witness from testifying. 4 of the defendants in this crime served 90-day sentences in the Los Angeles County Jail, but Morehouse never served her sentence as she failed to appear at the sentencing. Ruth Ann Morehouse is now 70 years old. This concludes the biographies of all 9 persons included in the Life magazine Manson Family Cave photo. This photo appeared in the December 1969 edition of Life magazine that featured a photo of Charles Manson on the magazine cover. This concludes part 2 of the Manson Family Cave. View part 1 if you'd like to see video on the cave and how to find it. The story of the Manson family is riveting, fascinating, and tragic. Thank you for watching.